Hello guys. So I am currently sitting outside just getting some fresh air. It looks like it's going to storm later. Like the clouds are really getting dark and it's really not that late yet. So I just wanted to give a quick update on Lavender House. I am on chapter 5, guys, page 75. It is a very easy read so far. It is a mystery, suspense. It's basically a whodunit type of book. There is a murder that has occurred, and a group of people that live in the same house basically are all suspects because the main character, the accident. I'm just gonna read the synopsis so we can get a better yeah idea of the book. Okay, Lavender House, 1952. So this book does take place in the 1950s. So I guess we can say it's a historical fiction. Okay. The family seat of recently deceased matriarch Irene Lamontagne, head of the famous Lamontagne soap empire. This estate offers a unique freedom where none of the residents or staff hide who they are. But to keep their secret, they're needed to keep others out. And now they're worried about keeping the murderer in. Irene's widow hires Evander Mills to uncover the truth behind her mysterious death. Andy, recently fired from the San Francisco police after being caught in a raid on a gay bar, on a gay bar, is happy to accept. His secret is one the Lamontines understand. Andy has never imagined a world like Lavender House. He's seduced by the safety and freedom found behind its gates, where a queer family lives honestly and openly. But Andy quickly finds himself a pawn in a family game of old money and jealousy. And Irene's death is only the beginning. The gates of Lavender House can't lock out the real world forever, and running a soap empire can be a dirty business. So, guys, I actually picked this book out on a whim. This book was not referred to me, and I went in blindly. And I love books like that. Remember, I told you I'm trying to get in the habit of just reading more books that you really don't hear a lot about. So basically, Andy, um, he used to be a part of the police force. Mind you, the book was in the 50s, so he was in the Navy, and after the war, he left the Navy and went to the police force. And back then, they had secret bars. So he would go to the bar, like he was secretly gay, but he wasn't open, obviously, to his job. So his colleagues and people that he worked with didn't know about his lifestyle. So how he ended up losing his job as a cop, he actually got caught in the bathroom of one of the gay bars doing a lewd act, and that's how, and word got out, and that's how he ended up, losing his career. So the widow of Irene is the one that gets murdered. We don't know yet. We don't know if it's an accident, so anyway, but she is so her wife, which is, what is her name? Her wife, because it's like I'm still getting used to the characters, guys, because like I said, it's a house full Pearl. So Pearl is the widow of Irene. Okay, so she actually found out about Andy from. Okay, so everybody in the house, everybody in the Lavender House is queer. Whether from the son to the staff to everybody, like everybody in the house is queer because it's a time where everything is hidden. They're obviously living a secret lifestyle, so they have to be able to trust the people that they live with. So everybody from on down to the staff is queer. So Pearl finds out about Andy from the butler who actually goes to one of the gay bars that he's seen Andy in. So that's how he recommended Pearl to him, because he asked her, he was like, how did you even know? And she said, you were actually referred by one of our staff. So basically, Lavender House, okay, you have the son, Henry. Henry has a lover named Cliff, but for public appearances and stuff, he has a wife named Margot. Margot is actually a lesbian in real life, and she has a girlfriend named Elsie that also lives in the house with them. And Margot's mother, Alice, she is heterosexual, but she lives in the house with them because she found herself becoming destitute. She needed a place to stay. So she's not part of, like, she's not a maid or anything, but she does help around the house, like, I guess to keep her, up her keep. She helps around the house, helps the staff with recipes and so forth. So she's basically a part of the family, but she's the only heterosexual, person in the house. So as you can see, it's basically a whodunit, guys, like the detective. So basically he's staying with them because after he lost his job with the police force, the landlord at his apartment actually kicked him out. So he doesn't have a place to stay right now. He was staying in a hotel when he got hired for this job. So now I'm basically like in the first chapter 5 is really just uncovering. Yeah, the first 5 chapters is just really uncovering like him getting to know each of the people in the house, like individually, like getting to know, like the staff, the family members, like basically asking them like simple questions like who would want to hurt Irene? Do you think it was an accident? Do you think it was murder? And so forth. So it's really starting off really good, starting off as a slow burn. So basically, yeah, Andy is just getting to know the characters, and they were so when Pearl invited him to the house, she brought him without telling the family members. So of course, when he got there, she was like, "Oh, I told him everything." She was like, "He knows everything. He's one of us." So that kind of made them open up a little bit more because, of course, they're skeptical because they don't want to be outed. And then on top of that, they look at it like, you used to be a cop, we don't know what your motive is. So when she explained that he is there to simply investigate the true cause of Irene's death, everybody, everybody has their different outlook. Some people think it might be murder, like Alice, Margot's mom. She think it may not have been an accident. Who knows? She said because there's like a lot of ways, like a lot of passages throughout the house. So everybody had an alibi. Everybody claimed that they went to sleep, yada, yada, yada. But there are ways to get down to the library, which was where her body was found. And their library isn't a library that consisted of books. It actually consisted of the different soaps and scents that they use. She had basically, it was like a small factory because they had a factory where they made the soaps, but Irene liked to test and experiment at home to get like the perfect ingredients and all of that. She was a perfectionist, so she did a lot of work at home. So she had her own library for her soaps in a part of the house. So that was where her body was found. So y'all, this is definitely a book, a whodunit, like, and it's very interesting so far. And as far as like the whole like all the characters being queer, that's very interesting. I never actually read a book like this, so it's very, very good. It's very good so far. Like, I'm already on chapter 5, and I'm definitely going to be reading more later. So yeah, guys, I will keep y'all updated on the book, but so far so good. Hi guys, so I am back. I just finished watching a movie called All About Eve, and the reason I watched it is when I read a book and it references a movie, and it's a movie that I've never seen before, I like to watch the movie. So Lavender House, Cliff, which is one of the characters in the book, he talked about the movie All About Eve, and he mentioned that he watched it 3 times. So I decided to watch it tonight. And okay, so a little background, guys. This movie actually won 6 Oscars. So that right there, I was just like, okay, 6 Oscars, that's impressive. 6 Academy Awards, that's very impressive. So that made me want to watch it even more, just to see what the hype is about. So the movie was roughly like 2.5 hours long. And if you know me, if you watched my channel before, you know that I don't mind lengthy movies as long as it keeps me interested. So I ended up watching it. So basically the movie, I'm gonna have the plot, guys. So the IMDb review is an 8.2 out of 10, and I will give it like a 8, a 9, because it was up there. It was a really good movie. Really good movie. I see why it won so many awards. So the movie was made in 1950. Y'all know I've been on my nostalgic kick. It was in black and white, which is another reason why I pushed to like watch it, because y'all know that I've been on my old films lately. Like something about fall just puts me in the mood to watch stuff that I haven't seen before, especially classic films that a lot of people talk about so it's a time that I like to broaden my horizons. Not only do I like to read, I love films. Like I love a good movie, I love a good show, like I love good cinema. So when I come across a movie that has been highly, recognition and just a lot of people rave about it and I've never seen it before, I take a stab at it and see what the movie is about. So this movie, okay, so the plot line, the storyline, in a cutthroat world of theater, an aging Broadway star faces a challenge when a seemingly innocent, adoring fan schemes to steal her career and her man. A battle of wits ensues. So basically, the title is called All About Eve, and Eve is the cunning, innocent, starts off as this so-called adoring fan of this actress named Margot. So it's funny because they have a character in the movie named Margot, and they also have a character in the book named Margot. So I liked how the author, like, really, yeah, I see what you did there. So one of the characters is named Margot. One of the in the book and the movie that he referenced, he or she, I don't I'm not exactly sure. Okay, yeah, so it is a guy that wrote. This is him, guys. I didn't even look about the author. I didn't even scroll to see how he looked. Okay. So yeah, so let's okay, so Lev A. Rosen. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I'm still torturing it. Writes books for people of all ages, most recently Lavender House, a literary award nominee. His young adult novel, Camp, was the best book of the year from Forbes, Elle, and the Today Show, among others. He lives in New York City with his husband and a very small cat. Okay, so obviously I see why the book is based around sexuality and, so yeah, like it's a really good read, guys. So I just finished All About Eve, and I loved it. Cause like I say, I really saw some really good movies that were based off were referenced in a book. Like for example, I had saw One Italian Summer. I had read One Italian Summer recently, and they referenced two movies, Under the Tuscan Sun with Diane Lane, and I ended up watching that one. It was a cute romance, coming of age. She just bounced back from a divorce, finding her way. And they had another movie that Rebecca had mentioned in the book, and the other movie was called Only You with Robert Downing Jr. So that was like a more comedy romance, but it was a really cute movie for what it was. And both films were ones I hadn't seen before I read the book. So of course I had to watch them. So just like this, I'm reading Lavender House. I haven't seen All About Eve. And it's crazy because it was on my watch list. Like the movie was already on my watch list. So when the book referenced it, I was like, it was confirmation for me to watch it tonight. So I'm glad that I did. So guys, I am currently on page 75, chapter 5. So I'm going to do a little bit more reading tonight. And I also have another movie that I want to check out that my cousin actually recommended to me, and I love her movie Rex. So she recommended me to watch Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean. That's also an OD. I think it was made in the 1950s. So of course I will be watching that later. And that would be I'll probably like eat my dinner because I haven't eaten anything just yet this afternoon. Like I ate breakfast, but I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. So I'm going to do a little bit more reading, and then I'm going to fix my dinner for the night, and probably start the movie, and I will come back and I will give y'all a review on that one. But a girl a Girl Like Eve, that was the name of it. Oh, All About Eve. All About Eve. All About Eve, excuse me. Yeah, like if you like black and white films, because the movie is in black and white, guys. I know a lot of people that's not their jam, but my thing is black or white. Like the storyline still, like there's still things going on similar in this day and age that was going on back in the day. So if you can like look past that, you will see that the movies change, but the scenarios pretty much don't, you know, because like just like Eve, like how she was trying to be manipulative and just like trying to like steal somebody's spotlight, like the movie ended in a way where it was like one of those, because I don't want to give it away. It was one of those what's the phrase, like you get it how you lose it in a way. So you can tell like, yeah, like basically you about to take a dose of your own medicine. So that's how the movie ended, which was very interesting. But I will say, yeah, I will definitely recommend it, guys. It's long, don't get me wrong, like, but if you're into old movies and you don't mind them being lengthy, then I definitely recommend All About Eve if you haven't seen it. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna do a little bit more reading, and I'll be back. Hello, guys. Good morning. Good morning. I am back for the last part of the vlog. I just wanted to catch up on where I'm at in the Lavender House, and also my review on Rebel Without a Cause, which I did end up watching last night. I enjoyed it. Another classic. And of course, y'all know I like to do like a little research about the movie. So it was nominated for 3 Oscars. So that says enough about it. So the quick little story is, okay, a troubled teen navigates love, violence, and identity while clashing with his parents. James Dean delivers an iconic performance as a symbol of youthful rebellion. And I'm reading from my TV, guys, in case y'all like, what's she looking at? So the main stars was James Dean and Natalie Wood. Natalie Wood, I knew about her because I am a big time fan of West Side Story. If you know, you know. Not the new one, baby. The old one. The original one. I love me some West Side Story. It's one of my favorite old films of that time. And also, so Rebel Without a Cause was in the 50s. It was 1955. So the past 3 movies I watched were made in the 1950s. So, yeah, guys. So, Rebel Without a Cause was about an hour and 50 minutes long. So about, close to 2 hours. My first time seeing it, like I said, it was recommended to me by one of my cousins. And the last movie she had referred to me, recommended to me, was Sabrina. Um, and I ended up watching, because there's 2 versions of Sabrina. There's the one with Audrey Hepburn, which I'm a big fan of hers. I ended up watching the 1950 version of that one that she was in, and also the modern one they made with uh y'all I can't even think of the actors right now. Anyway, I did watch both of them and I loved them. Of course, there were different, for the most part, like the storyline. They stuck with the storyline. They stuck with, you know, the girl falling in love with the guy, that whole trope. And but there were different pieces of the movie that were like slightly different from both versions. But I ended up enjoying both of them. So so yeah, this movie, Rebel Without a Cause, Natalie Woods and James Dean was in the movie. And this is my first movie by James Dean. And of course I Googled, and I was so saddened when I realized that, y'all, he died at such a young age. Like, he died when he was 24 from a traffic collision. And like, Rebel Without a Cause was actually his last movie. Like, it's crazy because he passed away in 1955 and the movie was released in 1955. So I was just like, wow. So that just blew me away. So yeah, so obviously it's a classic. Obviously I liked it. You know, it was basically about a troubled teen. He was a troublemaker, and he was like, you know, him and his family had moved to like a new, you know, a new location. They were trying to make a clean slate, just trying to get away from the things of his troubled past. But he ended up getting in trouble again, and he ended up befriending a loner, which was another main character. And of course, movies like that, guys, it always ends in a heartbreaking end. It always ends with something that's gonna pull your heartstrings. I don't want to spoil it for the people that do want to watch the movie and haven't watched it, but I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all probably seen it because it is a classic. But yeah, the ending was sad, you know, but I understood why it needed to be, you know, done, because movies like that typically there's a lesson or there's some kind of thing that the main character has to go through. But it kind of gave me like, from like different scenes of the movie, it kind of gave me like a dose of West Side Story combined with The Outsiders with Patrick Swayze. And yeah, so if you know, you know, The Outsiders is another classic. It wasn't made in the 50s, it was made a little bit after that. I don't know the exact year, but The Outsiders is another classic that I really do love. So yeah, so Rebel Without a Cause was giving me like those vibes from both movies, like West Side Story and The Outsiders. So I thought that was interesting. But overall, I really enjoyed the film. Yeah, so yeah, guys, I don't exactly know what I'm going to watch next, because I do like I said, I haven't been watching television, so this whole movie, you know, cinema thing is like really a new fall routine, I guess you can say, or a way I'm just like showing myself self-care in the season. So I just tend to like watch a movie every night if I don't, and then afterwards I'll do like a little bit reading if I'm not tired, because my sleeping pattern, remember I told you I was trying to get back into my 5 a.m. sleeping routine. So I am starting to get up around 6:30 ish, around that time. So, and I'm training my body. Like, I'm showing myself grace, you know, because I do have to work myself up into getting up the time that I want to. But I am, like, it is safe to say that for the past week I have been getting up around the same time consistently, so I'm happy about that. And plus, I have a reason to get up. Well, I'm not saying that's the only reason, but y'all know I have a new friend, Socks, that I had to feed every morning because he comes between 7 and 8. So by the time that I get up, he's already out there waiting for me. It's crazy. It is crazy. So, and it's crazy because, y'all, like, God really does have a sense of humor, because if you know me, I am not a cat person. I don't deal with cats. Never had a cat as a pet. Never, none of that. So it's funny that, yeah, he's attached now. And I'm just like, so if he doesn't come around every day, I'm looking for him, because I'm like, okay. Or thinking something, you know, might have happened to him. And I'm just like, and that's another reason why I probably never dealt with getting like a personal pet, because of the attachment. The attachment. And I don't want to create attachment issues to, you know, a pet. You know, so I don't know. But it seems like regardless if I want it or not, willingly or unwillingly, it's happening. So yeah, it's just funny. It's really funny to me. Because if you know, you know. I am not a cat person whatsoever. But anyway, so yeah, guys, the movie, I loved it. Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean and Natalie Wood. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Check it out. So today is Thursday. I know I mentioned that usually me and my mom goes thrifting on Thursdays, but she didn't mention anything. So today is going to be after I get my work done. Today is going to be really a reading day and just catching up on some content for you guys. Yeah, so I did make it to page. I'm on chapter 7, guys, and I'm on page 110. And the book is not long at all. The book is, let's see, it's 291 pages. So I'm pretty sure that I'm probably, if I don't finish this by tonight, probably like in the morning, like it'll be more than likely this book will be done by Friday. If I don't finish it today, we shall see. But I have a good feeling that I'm going to, if I don't get all of it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be like at the end. I'm not going to have much to read, you know, if I have to roll into Friday. I will definitely keep y'all updated on this. So far, so good. As I mentioned before, early in the vlog, it's a whodunit type of mystery. And yeah, it's really good so far. So I will keep y'all updated. Thank y'all so much for watching another vlog. If this is your new time, if this is your first time and you're new here, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and check out my other videos, guys. And I will be back with more devotionals, more book reviews, and more classic films. Happy fall. Until next time, until next video. Bye.